Let me ask you, who is writing these things for a 15-year-old boy, as you claim is not an adult, it's a child? Haven't you seen 15-year-old boy going to do money ritual? Do you know that lives could have grew into real damage? That little boy you said, if anything happens to Mr. Obi, now that small boy one that they call small pikin first go wrong, go take a lawyer. And let me shock you, lawyers that know the real truth knows that this boy has no right whatsoever to become next of kin, would stand up in court and defend this young boy. I have a whole lot to say about this scenario, but I will try to make it brief. Billionaire Obi Cubana and his adopted son, setting the record straight. I have always thought Mr. Obi Cubana have 5 sons. With the photos and videos, we see how they treat all their kids nicely, looking all glammed. I thought he has 5 kids. You too, right? But recently the truth came out that he has 4, yes, you heard me, 4 biological sons. And the first one is not his biological son, but rather adopted. Let me make it clear before continuing. And please watch to the end so you can hear my story and why I relate to it this way, putting sentiment aside. Is there anything wrong with adopting? No, absolutely nothing wrong with adopting. In fact, it's a beautiful thing. A man takes a child, give him love, education, opportunities. What more could you ask for? But here is where it gets messy. That adopted son popped up on social media, raising his shoulder for this challenge. He just found out that he is the next of kin. What kind of cruise is that? So, of course, the billionaire himself, Mr. Obi Cubana, came out to clear the air, review who truly is his next of kin. Are we supposed to be discussing next of kin now, when the man is still alive? I got sick in my stomach reading some comments saying Mr. Obi Cubana did not try for that. Really? Are you people serious? Someone is already wishing him. I'm old school. I'm sorry. If I am alive and you are dragging my property, it means you wish me dead. Interpret it the way you like. Nigerians are angry. What? Why are you angry? Let's be honest. If you grew up in a polygamous home or have seen somebody with entitlement mentality and silent bitterness can do to a family, you will applaud Mr. Obi Cubana. I wish you can see this video for setting the record straight. Because you know what? These are things you don't joke about. Inheritance. Can you people listen to yourself? Saying the boy is cashing cruise. That is not a child play. Because I read some comments, some people say, he's just a 15-year-old boy. He's just cashing cruise. Now this boy will not see his place in the family. Come on, people. If a 15-year-old boy is cashing cruise, aren't there other things to cash cruise with? Let me ask you, who is writing these things for a 15-year-old boy, as you claim is not an adult, it's a child? Haven't you seen a 15-year-old boy going to do money rituals? Haven't you seen a 15-year-old doing armed robbery? Haven't you heard of a 15-year-old boy part of kidnappers? Ask yourself before you come to defend the indefensible. Don't just sideline it to say, nah, this boy feel embarrassed. Why should he in the first place have a mindset of next of kin playing around in his head? Even if he is the true biological child of Mr. Obi Cubana, it means when Obi Cubana, he will not even share with his siblings. This is how entitlement mentality starts from. Instead of him to be engaging his mind with how he can do more than Mr. Obi, because I tell you, If you live with someone, although this boy look like he's been taken care of, even if they take care of you, it will not look like how you would have loved to live with your parents. Let's agree. I lived with someone and I could say a whole lot, but that will not say I would look at my aunt's car and say, when you die, I'm going to inherit this car. When you die, I'm going to inherit this property. I'm your next of kin because I'm older than a child. What is that? Now, if you feel that that boy feel humiliated, left out, it doesn't belong there anymore, it's up to him. It's his choice. You think all because of these lies that he came to paint on social media, people should just let it slide? Do you know that lies could have grew into real damage? I believe he already knew he was adopted, because if he don't know, Mr. Obi won't have come to the social media to point it out. So you know, and you are saying this. If you could type that, that means you know the real deal. Even if this man drop tomorrow, if he will something to you, you should be grateful. And if he don't will anything to you, you should not complain, because he has given you opportunities. Some of you that lived with people just like myself, I knew it was not a pleasant experience, but I learned something, and that's what I used in my life. Mr. Obi Cubana is a big brand, a businessman. You little boy, you should be thankful and learn from the opportunity, instead of focusing on your book or focusing on what trade you want to learn and how you can make yourself bigger than Mr. Obi Cubana, and he will be proud of you. I understand the decision made by Mr. Obi Cubana to playfully lay the card out for people to know their place. Because know what? Deeply, I have been there. And some of you talking, if somebody is living with you, you adopt someone, now that you have your kids, 4 boys. In this world, not only in Africa, boys are usually the one most people put as their hair. He shoot himself in the foot. Let me share a bit of my personal story. I built a house back in Nigeria. At that time, I was still single. Then fast forward to when I got married, I took my family back home. When I say family, my husband and my kids on vacation. Along the line, sometimes I tell myself, should I sell this property or not? Because married to an Italian man, in me, I don't think my kids will ever go home. And there was this woman, my birth mom. This woman was someone who abandoned I and my siblings, but I forgave her. I saw how her condition was, and I decided to help in my own little ways, and also my siblings. We all try to help in our own little ways, but it's never enough. Very entitled. She has that entitlement syndrome, that mentality. She feel, okay, I'm your mother, you have to take care of me. That mentality, I saw it, but I felt okay. So I thought to myself, okay, I own a house that I built. Instead of us paying rent somewhere, let me give her one of the rooms to stay, as long as she mind her business. And I told her clearly, my siblings were there, but guess what? This woman is now claiming my property. Claim that I gifted her the house. A woman that was never present in my life. Can you imagine that? I didn't even give her the documents of the house. She turned around and said the house is mine. Even went as far as writing on the wall, this house is not for sale. Can you see the audacity? Some people that you call, come and eat, they will just want to remove your hand completely. Don't eat, and they want to eat it themselves alone. Another funny story, some time ago, she asked me to bring my title deed, and I was like, why? She said the community where I built, they were asking for the landed documents, so she didn't have any to provide. I was like, nobody have the rights to my document. I am not dragging property with anyone. If there is a dispute, I would understand that. So I said, I'm not sending my documents. Tell them I do not have any problem with anyone. If anyone have problem with me with my property, let the person come out. Because I have experience. I bought another land in Nigeria, you know, where you buy a property, they'll sell it to different type of people, and then you start to fight. That one, I just removed my hand. I did not fight for it. I just let it slide. That is my loss. But this one, I have all the documentation and I ensure it's with me because it's mine. If I dashed her, I would have given her the document, right? Moving on. It was in a plan to take over what isn't ours. 2020 or 20, I think 2020 was the date, I can't remember, when I noticed this character controlling my tenant, and I told her, please look for a place and move. You can't stay at my home anymore since you are not following the rules. You cannot be controlling my tenants. They are not answerable to you. And then she spoke with some family members. They called me. No, you can't do that. Mama na mama. She's your mother now. Let her come and stay. Yes, she is my mother. But she's also a bully, a manipulator, and someone that never earned the title through action. So why should I be ashamed to take what is mine? And you know what? She was the first to insist that she wants to go to court. Just imagine if I was the type that would say, okay, I want to hide whatever I have from my husband. Let me take my documents back home, give it to my mom to save, keep it for me. Do you think this kind of a mother, that you think you forgive her, she's remorseful, would give me the house? No. She would take it. She would say, if you did not gift me, how come I have the document? So, no to you criticizing Obi Cubana. That little boy you said, if anything happens to Mr. Obi tomorrow, now that small boy one that they call small pikin, first go wrong, go take lawyer. And let me shock you, lawyers that know the real truth knows that this boy has no right whatsoever to become next of kin, would stand up in court and defend this young boy. If you do not have a good lawyer, or you are emotional, or you don't know how to express yourself, you will just lost your inheritance or your hard-earned labor. Some of una never see shege. Una no understand how wicked this world fit be. And you know what? This is why people have to protect what they own, their peace and their story, before story go turn sorry. Now, Mr. Obi, if that young man wants to leave because you set the record straight, let him go. If I have listened to my instinct when I told my so-called mother to leave my property, she came back, and immediately she came back to my house. That is when she cooked up that story. Then I did not know. It was when she started to drag my property last year, 2024. That was when it dawned on me, oh my God, was this why she asked me for my document? Was this her plan? If I had listened to my instinct and don't listen to family member that said she would change, I won't be here wasting time and money pursuing a case that it's obvious that I won't have dashed a woman that was never part of my life, my house. This is my truth. This is my story. Anyone who wants good life, luxury lifestyle, properties, Rolls Royce, whatever, should work for it. There's no more soft landing for anyone.